Am I the a-hole for telling my parents I'll visit less if they don't stop raving about their new neighbors? Context: I 30F am a police officer. When my parents' new neighbors moved in, my mom said she went over and introduced herself, offering them her home-baked pecan pie. They refused, citing pecan allergy. I told her that that's perfectly normal, but she was still miffed. A couple of weeks later, she called me again, saying she suspects they are mistaking their son. I asked her to explain what she meant. She said the kid is shorter and smaller than an 11-year-old ought to be. I asked if there's anything else and she said no, but his size makes her think they are not feeding him enough. Dad also backed her up on this observation. They sounded very worried, so I dropped by. He is a bit smaller and shorter than your average 11 years old, but not by much. Certainly not starving. So I told my mom she's over-worrying. The week after that, I got another call. She said that they still have lights on at 11 p.m., telling me the kid couldn't possibly be getting enough sleep for a growing boy. Then I got another call in which she said that the bicycle helmet they got him is too big and doesn't fit properly, that it's further proof they don't care about their kid's health or safety. Then she asked me to sneak into their house and see if there is something going on. I told her that I can't legally enter their house without a search warrant or reasonable cause, someone screaming from inside, but she wouldn't listen. She is convinced there is something wrong with them. My dad didn't really sound as though he is worried about the neighbors, but is going along to humor my mom. My husband, 32, not a cop, visits my parents once a week to read to them their eyesights are getting worse. He told me they have been telling him to ask me to investigate. So I told them that that's it. If they don't drop it, I'll tell my husband to stop going over and reading to them every week. He'll go over every other week instead. It's obvious that my mom just doesn't like her neighbors because they refuse to take her pies. My sister later called me saying I overreacted and that her mom is only being an overly concerned neighbor and didn't mean any harm. So am I the a-hole here?
Here are the top comments.
Not the a-hole. Your mother is literally trying to get someone by police because they were allergic to her pie. Thank goodness you are not foolish enough to go along with it. What she's doing is despicable, and it's perfectly fair to set boundaries around what kind of behavior you and your husband will tolerate.
You're not the a-hole. It's bad enough that your mom is channeling Gladys Kravitz so hard, but trying to force you to your position to punish her neighbors for a food allergy is way over line.
Not the a-hole. Only thing I would say is that if this kind of behavior is new for her, perhaps you should bring it to the attention of her doctor, because strange behavior can be a symptom of dementia.
Your mom seems fixated in an unhealthy way. Does she hurt people in this manner typically? Might be time for a mental checkup. Not the a-hole.